It's about 5:37 or so p.m. September 7th, Monday, Labor Day, I guess. Took the needle and thread to this in addition to the paper clip. And I've got a couple old, it's all one pocket, blue ones that were promotional giveaways. Lisa got from a doctor's office years ago. I don't know if I threw them away. I'm pretty sure I kept them because I save shit like that in case like my new one goes out. Yeah, I need a new one of these. We're here at the wealthy spot. As you can see, I got him double wrapped. He ain't going nowhere this time. And you're never going to let that happen again. I will never be so distracted that I won't know exactly where he's at while we're out. And then it was only a matter of 45 seconds, but you see how far he got in 45 seconds. And I'm just so grateful that I noticed him gone when I did, man. Yeah, I don't get over shit like that too easy. So, got one day left before Wednesday when I sign the lease. And then I guess I'm just going to be stuck in an old people place. Not really making any music where I sing. Silenced by the universe and the collective consciousness. And the omission of white women in the area. Because, well, you know there's a bitch in this town somewhere that would just love to have me stay with her. Would love to have that extra income. Would love to have access to a handyman. Maybe would want to learn how to play guitar, have somebody produce a song for them, and teach them how to put it online, stream, you know. Teach them how to make videos or whatever. Yeah, I have a lot to offer. For it to just get wasted, getting shoved in an old people apartment complex where I'm going to have to be quiet because that might aggravate some old decrepit white devil. I can already see my energy level changing. Yeah. But I guess I'm going to need to change the energy level if I got to change my activities, you know, transfer over to Cassandra. That way, Vinny comes back and he's stuck there in that apartment. Well, at least he is Cassandra, and he has the stuff going that Cassandra can do to get the extra money, you see. And that'll be some solace, you see. Maybe you can get up enough money to get a place, a real house, where he can have his cats part-time, you know, as well as shared custody. They're mine and Lisa's cats. They're actually, all the rescue cats are mine because, you know, that's my ministry. But, it's like, you know, it's a thing to keep all the animals together, to share custody, and it's like when they're going away or something, they can drop them at my house. I have my house fully outfitted. They can stay at my house a couple weeks, month, whatever, then go back to them, you know. And if we do it like that, they'll never really be a burden. You know, about the time you're missing them, you fucking they're back. And then about the time you're getting tired of them, it's time to take them and dump them off for a while, you see, so. Because some kitties can be overwhelming, and they monopolize every bit of the house, okay? So it's like, to be able to have a break from them once in a while, a couple weeks or whatever, where you ain't got to tend to them, you ain't got to sift litters, nothing, you know? It's like, you ain't got to worry about them. I mean, they'll still have to put food outside, but that's not really a big deal. Go pour some shit out on the ground even, they'll fucking eat it. Don't even have to be in a bowl. But yeah, it's a nice day out. It's mid-60s. There's a little nipple in there. I got this jacket on again, and this shirt, and some jeans. Yeah, we're all watching you, buddy. He didn't like take off. I think what he thought is that he had that much leash. He didn't pay attention to how, you know what I'm saying? Because, well, he doesn't pay attention to how far away he is when he's got the leash all the way extended. So I'm sure that he wasn't like running off so much as he was just doing what he does when we're out on a walk. And he just thought he had that much leash. The angels are looking out for us, buddy. I'll be tripped out if I didn't want to go to this fucking old people apartment complex, and there's where I'm going to meet my girl. You know, like, you know, one of the daughters or granddaughters of one of the old people or something. One of their relatives or friends. I don't really want an old bitch because, well, she ain't going to be able to keep up with me, and she ain't going to want to fuck as much as I want to fuck. Okay? I want to fuck a lot. Make up for lost time. Then when the novelty wears off, well, then we'll slow down to the normal amount of sex. But, you know, till the novelty wears off, when the wind blows and my dick gets hard, I want it to get wet. So, and the right bitch can make my dick get hard with the wind blows. So it's like, if she's the right bitch, she's going to have to tolerate that till the novelty wears off. Getting poked a lot. Coming a lot. Not having any sexual tension because I drained her of it. You see? And we're watching you, buddy. You're not Scooby-Dooing me today, little man. You'll never do that again. I'm always going to make sure, unless your leash breaks, you will never do that again, because I'm always going to make sure that it's like this now. It's wrapped around my leg. I'll feel that shit come out from under and go up in between my legs, trying to come out from under the other leg. You see? You watching that little bug? He's such a cute little dog. His mind is so innocent. And the energy of it, that's why I like to take him for walks, because he has good energy. His smile is actually, it's a happy cheese, and he's smiling, you know, he's happy. Some of these pommies, when they're doing that, they're actually in pain. You know, you can't tell, you just think you're looking at a happy dog. But that's, you know, if it's not like super extreme pain where to make them like yipe in pain, you know, they'll sit in pain like that. I remember when Foxy broke her leg, she had a broke leg for 2 days before we could get her to the vet. And she sat looking like that. She was in pain. Same happy cheese and smile. So it's not always a happy cheese and thing if a dog's doing that. Especially Pomeranians, because they're tough little fuckers, man. It's now about 5:52 p.m. Same day, the 7th. Pardon me. Sitting here kicking it with the Lord, grateful. It's a motherfucker, yo. Yeah. And you know, there's some kids that are selling Kool-Aid or something on the corner of Lake Canary Street the last few days. Get over here. You get over here by me. Aslan. You stay over by me. You're not running off again. Come on. Lay down. You lay down. You lay down, wait. We'll go in a minute. We'll go. You're going to get to walk. You'll walk so much you'll have to rest. Don't worry. I always deliver. If I say I'll do it, I do everything I can to do it. And I usually pull it off if I say I can do it. The trick is to get me to say I can do it. And then I'll make myself believe it. Yeah. That's how God does it. He tricks me into saying I can do shit that, you know, at the time I'm not really qualified to do. But then I end up doing it, and it's like, wow, man, God knew I was able to do that, and I didn't even know it, you know? He tricked me into saying the shit so that I, you know, I try and fulfill it, you see? Because I try to live up to my word as much as possible, because I have character. When I re-raised myself to be a product of my own raising, with boundaries and character and stuff like that. All the good qualities that didn't get instilled into me. I had some good qualities instilled into me, but just not enough of the ones that are, important to me. So yeah, these kids are selling Kool-Aid or something on the corner. And it's like it's in my spirit to give them a CD. Because while winter's coming, they ain't going to be able to keep selling Kool-Aid on the corner. Lemonade, whatever the fuck, right? So it's like, it was in my spirit to give them a CD and tell them, hey, you're licensed to sell physical copies of this. Make copies of it on your little computer at home, and take it around door to door and sell it. Selling them each for $5 a pop. You can buy a pack of 5 of them for $5, and you can buy 25 of them for like $10, So it's like, and just keep all the money, I don't care. It gets my music out there where people get to hear it, and the Spirit of the Lord goes out, which is what doing my music has been all about. Fighting against the negative frequencies of the mainstream and what they're doing to people physically, mentally, and psychologically, with the sub-frequencies. You have to wonder how many mainstream musicians and artists know that the mastering process involves their music being laced with sub-frequencies that activate nanobots. And how many of them would continue to allow someone else to master this shit out if they knew this shit? How many of them know that there's plugins that get put on their shit that were made with the sounds of tortured animals? Right? Just like some of the noises in the video games. So you're creating a demand for tortured animals with your music. Why? Why would you need the sound of tortured animals in the subliminal texture of your song, man? This is things I don't understand about what, the things people are doing. It's like, hey, you're going to get time looped to some animals that suffered for no reason. There was no reason for an animal to suffer to make noises on a video game. You can make realistic noises without torturing an animal. And you can make realistic plugins. There really is no need for that in music. Maybe that's why people are like, they're getting more, more and more people are attaching to us acoustic artists. That we're just playing our guitar and singing. And those of us who we use alternative tunings because, well, we have the limitations of our vocal range. I'll have range, the same range somebody else have, but in my own key, you see. And a lot of times I can emulate their vocal style. Like, the Corey Hart songs. I can emulate his style, and I had all of his range, but not in his key. Because, well, his voice is higher than mine, you see. So if I transpose down to where, my bass notes are where they're supposed to be, then my high notes, I can hit them. And tuning down to C, while I was tuned down to C, I went, got it on my spirit to go ahead and do Never Surrender. And none of the versions of either song came out as good as I wanted. But the one that, that I put up on the Vincent Ciofani, Vedutami. I don't know, I forgot how to say it. It means view me in Italian. Those two are the best two, I think, that came out. And I usually put the best two on that channel. And the flubs on the other channels, like Motuphi and shit. And Pseudo Gods, shit like that. Anna Creams, even Ruby Danish, whatever I log into. But I try to put the best ones on the one with my real name on it. I don't know why. Well, it makes me feel led to do that when, I'm changing my name to Vini Ryland when I come in the money. I'm for real going to depart from all of this. There's people in my family that they just lie, They lie about their situation. They lie about their transportation. They lie about everything. They weren't there for me when I needed help, to get a vehicle and shit. They just left me, stuck with, just left me. So it's like, my girl, she's going to come into my life and I'm going to come into this money and I'm just going to dump it all on her. I'm going to dump my legacy on her. I'm going to give it all to her, I'm going to buy her nice new vehicles and, because she'll put one in her name for me. You see? Because, well, I will see her as well. She would have been there for me and would have did that for me when, you know, all those who were there, they even had the money to do it, you know. It's like one individual in particular let me travel across the state thinking I was going to get help, you know, and then pussy's out, you know, doesn't want to do it either due to greed or whatever, I don't know. So it's like, yeah, those are things I have to remember when, you know, I'm coming into this money and wealth, is who, you know, really wasn't there for me when it came down to it, you know. You know what I'm saying? With the things that were important, that might have would have inconvenienced them a little bit, but it wouldn't have broke them, and it wouldn't have caused any problems for them. They just didn't want to do it, you know. You see, I'm sitting here. I know how much tension. I'm gauging the tension to make sure that I've got tension from my puppy dog. So yeah, it's like people are gonna wonder, hey, how come you handled things the way you did? You know, this girl just came into your life. You bought her all this stuff. You bought her cars and trucks and shit, and you know, and you put her first in line and shit. You know, and she's in your inner circle, and nobody else is. Well, because she's didn't come in on a fucking magic carpet of deception and ride that shit all around me like some kind of magic genie. Like, you know, I don't have angels watching shit, watching my interactions and watching what people say to me and exposing to me that what the truth is, you see. It's a small motherfucking world when people are connected on Facebook and somebody tells you one thing and then you tell somebody else that somebody said this and that was their excuse, and then you're told by that person, well, you know, that's not what their posts on Facebook are showing, you know. It's not showing any not getting along and all this other shit. You know, you're not seeing any of this stuff, all these fucking lies that are getting told to you, you know. So it's like, yeah, so that's where we're at, you know. So, yeah, everybody that's my blood's going to be surprised at how I handle shit, you know, because, well, just like the tarot card readers said a couple months ago, the universe is about to show me who is really there for me, you know. And actually, my ex-wife and her husband have been more there for me than anybody. So, you know, it shouldn't surprise anybody when I buy them a nice big motherfucking house with a lot of property around it. And I give them money for him to start his own business so that he doesn't have to fucking keep working this shitty fucking job. Because, well, eventually he's going to realize it's a shitty job. When wintertime sets in, and he's slipping on ice and he's got to carry fucking big mattresses and shit. He's got to do all this grunt labor at his old age because he's only about 5-6 years younger than me. It's like, yeah, he's gonna be grateful, you know, that he doesn't have to do that shit. If he has to do it and sees how hard and fucked up it can be, and just how ungrateful people can be when you go the extra mile for them, when you're doing that shit, delivering appliances or furniture for them. It's like, you know, and you show up and they ain't ready, so, you know, a stop that's supposed to take 10 minutes takes 2 hours. You know, it's just, you know, the humans are so hard to do for anymore, you know, especially the ones that are spoiled enough to buy themselves shit and have it delivered, you see. So, yeah, he's got aspirations to start a different business that would probably fit him better, and he could, you know, probably work it from his location. You know, if he had a big enough piece of property and some buildings and stuff like that to work with. So that's one of the things that's on my agenda list with my money, is to buy my ex-wife and her husband a nice big place. You know, they can take my kitties to that nice big place, you see? And they'll have a bigger place. And if it's got property around it, he can install a kitty door. And some of them that are problem kitties because they can't get out, they'll start going out and spraying outside and won't even ever pee in the house, you see? E.T. and Frankie, if they can get out, they won't pee in the house no more. So it's like, that'll be that problem solved. It will present another problem, like if BB gets out, will she come back, you know, or will she run off, get lost trying to find the house that she used to live at? Because, you know, animals have cats have a strong sense of direction, and sometimes they get attached to a place. So if you move them and then they get out, they'll go traveling back to that place, to that house that you left, you see, that you took them from. People found that the cats have traveled halfway across the country to get back to the house where they used to live. Left the people, so fuck you, don't like this new place. You know, I don't know, it was comfortable where they were at. So, yeah, those are some interesting things about cats that the average person hasn't ever contemplated. And that's some interesting things about me is that, you know, I don't endure no lies or fake bullshit with my ex-wife and her husband. They just present, you know, reality, what reality is. They don't fucking, you know, feel compelled to have to lie about shit, you know? It's none of my goddamn business anyway. And, you know, that's kind of where I'm at, like, with anybody in my family, my kid, brothers, whatever, you know? There's no need to lie, you know? Because it's none of my business anyway. But it's like, fuck, if you're going to give me a detail, give me real details and just don't fucking say shit, you know? Tell me fucking all these bubble stories, you know, fake fucking houses you don't even live in and all this other bullshit. It's like, come on, man, fake neighborhoods and shit. It's like, you know, come to find out your woman has fucking 4 fucking houses. It's like, okay, yeah. Oh, you can't make it out to see me by yourself even though you have your own car? What the fuck, man? Ain't you like 35 years old? Are you certifiably retarded and she's your caregiver? What's happening, nigga? You know, that's kind of things that, you know, it's like that. Those things are on my mind. You know, interactions with people cause that. It's like, you know, wow, you know, you can do that for yourself. And here, you know, I just needed help getting a fucking piece of shit, you know? And that was beyond you. So it's like, you know, when I buy fucking some stranger a brand new fucking truck, you know, don't fucking cry about that shit. You took care of yourself. So, you know, I have to take care of who will take care of me on the levels that I need to be took care of, you see? So, yeah. I fully intend to make sure that those who weren't there for me are last in line for, you know, I'm not going to cut them out, but I'm not going to, like, step over people that were there for me to get to them, to bless them, you know. They may think that I'm never going to come around with nothing because it may take me a while. Because, well, hey, you look at how long it takes them just to, you know, then they act like it's a great big old imposition, you know. Oh, Jesus, God. You know, I was like, fuck, man, I used to go on nice little cruises to go see my dad 3.5 hours all the time. It was nothing to me. It was a road trip, you know. What the fuck you even got a car for if you don't want to drive the motherfucker, you know? So that's where I'm at. You couldn't keep me from my dad when he was out here. Keep me from taking the road trip. I just used to love to take the trip. The journey was everything. And then getting to see my dad at, you know, halfway, because, you know, you're going up and then you're going back down. It's like, yeah, that was like the cherry on top, you see. He never knew I was coming because I never wanted, like, you know, to let him down if I couldn't make it, or if, like, you know, something happened on the way. I didn't want him to be worried and shit. I didn't want him to be watching for me. I wanted to just show up and surprise him, you know, be that kind of kid. And that used to surprise him, you know. I used to light him up, man. His face would just light up, you know. He saw me and shit. And he'd think of all kinds of shit I could help him with while I'm there, too. Yeah, because he knew my capabilities. Yeah, he knew he could get some stuff done that he couldn't do by himself. You know, I'll just help him with it real quick. See, I used to do that for my dad. He'd have shit lined up that he wanted to do that he couldn't do by himself. Hey, man, want to help me with this real quick? Yeah, I got this over here going too. Can you help me with that? You know? And I used to help him with shit, you know. It would take a lot of time, but, you know, I would give him my time, man, you know, and my skill and shit. I didn't have a lot else to offer him, you know, because I was so broke that, hey, the trip would break me. I didn't have nothing left after making a trip to see my dad, yo. It's like I didn't come see my dad out of excess. I came and see my dad out of, you know, food money and shit. That's what I bought the gas with and shit. And then I had to rely on, you know, help from closer family when we got back home. You know, who would, you know, a lot of times just give us stuff that was in the freezer. They weren't going to eat it anyway. All right, yeah. It's been a nice little chatty chat. No dog running off. Smoking down. I'm going to hit this time or two more and hide it in my hat band. Finish the cigarette. We're going to jack because he's getting antsy. He wants to walk. And that's what we're out here to do. Walk and kick it with the Lord. We can kick it with the Lord while we walk. I don't think people come to this town and end up here by accident. Just now you could hear hammering from over there, and it sounded like it was bouncing off walls, like we're in a big, giant sound stage. Here we are at the Lady Gaga ball pit. The hit ball pit. Yeah. Yeah, let's go over here and read this real quick and we'll come back here. We're going back to sit down over here where my coffee is. We're not going anywhere. I want to show these guys. Let's see what it says. You can stop it and read it. Gaga rules. Yeah, we just wanted to take a look at the rules of the Gaga ball pit. People, this car pulls in here a lot when I'm here. I don't know if he thinks he's security of the area or what. He followed me one night when we was walking from that way around the front towards this way, and he sat there and watched and watched and watched. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not letting go of your leash. No, while I got the camera running, I'm not getting distracted, yo. I'm about to pull out one of these stems, one of these hair stems, and spark it up. I think this one's got a roach in the end of it. Maybe we'll smoke that one.